Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to dive into one of the most powerful features of the classic tool, the Nmap. We are going to talk about the Nmap engine NSE and how we can use it to discover critical vulnerabilities on the target system, which is considered as a very crucial skill for any aspiring penetration tester or ethical hacker. Okay, so first thing we are going to look at our target, which is the metasploitable. Okay, let's get the IP address of our metasploitable machine, which is our target. Okay, so as you can see here, it is 172.16.46.141. Now let's make sure that it can communicate with our Kali Linux. Okay, let's try to see nmap dash dash sn and 172.16.46.141. So here what we are doing a TCP sign. Sorry, there is a missing there. I missed the dash. Okay, good. So it is up. Okay, and waiting for us. Now what we are going to do is to try to find out if there are any vulnerability. So let's do a check for the open port. We are going to use a TCP sign scan. Okay, which is the default most popular scan because it is fast and effective. So for this matter, we are going to use the dash SS. Okay, and wait for what we can get. Oh, good. So look at that. So the scan came back showing a large number of open ports, and this is a typical for vulnerable machines like Metasploitable 2. So on the right there at the top, if you can see here, okay, we can see port 21 TCP is open, and this is the default port for the FTP service. So great, so we found it now. So the question that we ask is what we can do better than just knowing that the port or the FTP is running. So we need to know what kind of FTP service it is. Okay, there are many types of FTP service. There is, for instance, VSFTPD, there is a PRO FTPD or something else. Okay, so this is where service version detection comes in. So now in order to use the service to know what service is running on that port, so let's use the S-V, okay, for version option. So now in this command, I'm adding the -SV to probe the service on the open port and figure out the name and version. So I'm going to use also here, let's say, to make things more focused, and we keep our output clean. So I'm going to add -P21, the port 21 for grid. Now you can see here, this is our golden ticket. So the scan confirms it. So the service is the VFTPD 2.3.4. Okay, now we have all this information we need to know. Okay, we know the target, we know the service, and the exact version. So what we want to see if a famous VSFTPD service version 2.3.4 is vulnerable or not. So luckily Nmap has a script for that, okay, which is called FTP VSFTPD backdoor, and the command syntax is straightforward. So if we are going to use the Nmap with the dash script, dash script, okay, and followed by the name of the script, which is FTP dash vsftpd dash backdoor, and along with the IP address of our metasploitable, our target machine. Okay, and let's run it and see what we get. There is it. If you can see here, the script has confirmed our target is vulnerable. Okay, the output shows it is running the vsftpd. Okay, 2.3.4. okay, and also it says it is labeled as vulnerable and it is exploitable, which is a critical find. So we have found the vulnerability now. So what is next? What will be the next step for penetration tester is to find an exploit, so we can use it and exploit that vulnerability or weakness. So a great place to look at, which is the simple Google search. If you go to the Google search and let's go and type, for instance, vsftpd, for instance, let's us vsftpd 2.3.4, okay, exploit. Okay, here we do have perfect. So we immediately get a trusted source, which is Rapid7, okay, the creator of Metasploit, okay, and among the result we got also, so we do have, let's look at if we got the exploit database, exploit DB. Sorry, I'm stuck here. It's too long. Never mind. So let's have a look at just the vsftpd in Rapid 7. Okay, so here we do have the command and we can use it as well. So but what we don't always need to go online. So Kali Linux comes with a powerful offline tool which is called search exploitable. Okay, let's go back to our Kali machine, okay, and see. Okay, let's search for the local database, or the copy of the exploit database, okay, from our terminal. Let's have a search exploit, okay, vsftpd 2.3.4, sorry, okay, and see what we can get. If you can see here, okay, the search exploitable found 2 entries for the vsftpd 2.3.4, okay, and this is, if you can see here, this one, it says Metasploit, which shows the module, Metasploit module. It tells us that the Metasploit framework already has a built-in exploit for this, which makes our job incredibly easy. Okay, now let's fire up the Metasploit framework by typing msf console. Okay, in order to use that module. So once it is open, once we get the console for the Metasploit framework, okay, we are going to, we can also search for that specific exploit within Metasploit, so we can get directly the right path for that exploit. Okay. Okay, it takes a moment to open. Okay, great. We have the console for the Metasploit. Let's do again. So for instance, let's search vsftpd, okay, 2.3.4. See if we can get something. No result. Okay, let's look at the backdoor itself. VSFTPD underscore 234. Okay, backdoor. Great. If you can see here, it has found this is the path for our exploit. Okay, I'm going to copy that path. Okay, it says the rank it is excellent, so I'm going to use it now. How to use it? We type the use command along with the path of my exploit. Okay, great, we are now there. You can see now. So let's see what are the different options that we can use or set, if there are any, by typing show options. Okay, now if you can see here, we have a number of parameters that needs to be set. Some of them are required, some others are no. So these are the parameters, okay, or the optional model options, and these are whether they have been set or not, and here it says required or not. So we're going to look only to those which we have yes in the required column. And if you can see here, we need to set the R host is empty. There is no settings for that one, so we need to set it. For the R host is the target host or the remote host, which is in our case is the metasploitable machine. So let's set the R host, okay, to our metasploitable IP address 172.16.46.141. Okay, so we are set now. Okay, and what we can do now, let's run the exploit now. So let's exploit and see what we can get. Okay, now we are exploiting. Okay, if you can see here, it says found the shell. Okay, so we are in. So we have successfully exploited vulnerability and gained a command shell on the target machine. So what we can do now, okay, it says here, session opens. So we have created a backdoor. Now we can run commands like, for instance, who am I? To see what is the username who is log into our target. It got grid, it got root. Let's see at which level we are, which directory. We have the root directory. Let's list what we have inside that root directory. So you can see here we have all these folders and directories inside our root. Okay, so our user and current directory. So this is a full compromise of our target. Now let's go back to Nmap now. We used one script, but we can run an entire category of scripts. Okay, if we go to, for instance, go back to our Nmap script. Let's fire up Nmap script. Okay. Okay, let's search for Nmap NSE. Okay. Here we do have plenty of script categories. Okay, among the categories of the script we have, okay, there is one interesting category which is called vuln. Okay, this one. Okay, and the vuln category. So if we run it, it will scan an entire category of scripts at once. Okay, so it will, let's do a broad vulnerability scan using the entire vuln category. Okay, we go back to our let's close this one. Okay, we go back to our see, yes, so let's exit. Okay, and now let's run that script. Script vuln. Okay, and we provide the IP address of our target. Are we missing something? Okay. Okay. Sometimes it takes time to run the full scripts category. So it will run all the scripts under the vuln categories, and sometimes it takes time to do that. Okay, once it is run, okay, it will run dozens of scripts and covers a whole list of other vulnerabilities on this target. Okay, many vulnerabilities will be shown. Okay, along with, if you can see here, we do have a CVE, so you can search for that specific vulnerability, the correct exploit for that vulnerability, and so on. Okay, and that's it. So I'm going to wait for it to finish, so you can follow my instructions and wait to see those different type of vulnerabilities on this target, from PHP flows to PRO FTPD issues, and so that's why the vuln category is so powerful for initial reconnaissance. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tutorials on ethical hacking and penetration testing. Thank you very much.